because Scorpio, the mind, is diving deep into things that are hidden. And what I was receiving I don't have my deck cards with me, but I like to work with divination tools. And my roommate has a divination card deck with the Pleiadians. And if you work with the Pleiadian star system, the card that I pulled, it was the same card, and it had to do with the temple per the Mayans, right? So this card came up for me twice. I think it was called I'll have to put the card up. I can't think of it right now, but it came up for me twice. And as I was sitting meditating on it, it actually had a full moon and it had a comet, right? So we know you've got this approaching Atlas comet. It's been going on. We had the full moon in Aries that just approached. So this card was almost identical to the energy. Pakal was the name of the temple. It's a Mayan temple in Mexico called Pakal, and it held ancient codes. It held ancient symbols. And these ancient codes and symbols are to be activated at certain times, at certain portals of energy. So the fact that this Mayan calendar wave spell came into my awareness with this card twice in a row, right? So when cards are signifiers, and especially if you're seeing repeating patterns, just like you're seeing repeating patterns in numbers, numerology, this is a signifier. It signifies something is important happening. And in Scorpio season, there's alchemy happening. There's something turning from one substance or energy field or morphic field resonance into another, right? You're catching yourself cresting that wave of consciousness of transformation. But what Source is saying is over the next 10 days, you are truly magnetizing and bringing into the physical realm that which you are a vibrational match to. That could be another discussion at a later date about the feminine and about the power of the feminine and how we hold beauty and esteem, but the power also of the mind and how we work with our Kundalini life force energy, Scorpio, which is the snake, right? The energy, the coiled energy. It's at the bottom of our spine, which is in our root chakra, is being brought up through the realms of Scorpio, right? To be seen exactly who we are, how powerful we can be, if we allow ourselves to drop the old versions and the old tales and the old stories of our spiritual nature, right? Again, the truth was always woven with the lie in this realm. This is an inward journey. As within, so it is without. As it is above, so it is below. There's nothing that's happening outside of you that is not intimately or directly created or connected to you. This is very much about Hermeticism, and the channel lives in astrology comes from the faith, the base foundation that all is self. That is where all of our energies and mechanistic thinking comes from, that space, right? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So in this channel standing, we stand for unity. And so the lunar tone of challenge, which is in the moon, right? And the moon is still in Gemini right now, going into Cancer, is our memory of death. Again, we have amnesia. We forgot about what death really means. The Egyptians had been talking about this for a long time. They even have a book of the dead that it was just really focused on the concept and the rites of passage of death into the next life, right? So if we've lost that knowledge or we forgot, then of course we're going to be scared of death, not realizing that it's just a rite of passage to the next passage of the dimensional spaces that we are traversing as a culture, as a nation, as a human species.